Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So don't mind me, I'm in between looks right now. So this will be the second one that I've done today. It is currently 2 a.m. I am quite tired, but I wanted to record this video. So today we are going to be doing a Cyclops. So this is from the Monster High series. So we're doing classic monsters. All of the looks, however, are based off of Monster High characters. So the Cyclops in Monster High, her name is Iris Clops. So we will be doing Iris Clops. If you're not familiar with the TV show, unless you have children or around children often, if you are my age, I can't imagine you would know the show. I became really familiar with the show during my time working at Party City during the Halloween and during Halloween, and yeah. Young kids will jump you if you don't know about their things, so I had to become real familiar with Monster High real quick because I had 5-year-olds giving me all kinds of attitude because I didn't know who Claudine Wolf was, who was a werewolf. But for those of you that don't know, this is Iris. It's really cool. Really cool character. I obviously don't have the same wig as her, but we're just gonna go with this green wig that I do have. I don't think she would mind. But yeah, I thought her look was cool and be cool to do the eye with you guys. So without further ado, let's jump into it.
So come on, give me love. I'ma show you how to move with my body. Come hit me with your touch and make me wanna say.
So I already have the wig on because, like I said, I was in between looks and I didn't want to come on here looking like I just had a wig snatched off, because I did just have a wig snatched off. So I put on the wig that I'm going to be using for this look. This is going to be a voiceover again. It's for the time's sake, it's easier to edit and I can get a shorter video out of it, which I think is better for the channel as of now because it's newer, and longer videos for a new crowd is a little bit deterring, so I would prefer them to be a little shorter. So this is going to be a voiceover as well. A lot of this is going to be just painting for the most part. For the monster characters, I believe it's going to be mostly painting. So it's going to be less products but more painting, and if there's any brushes that come up that I don't mention, it's because they're a paintbrush, and yeah, I don't remember where most of them come from. So they're just paintbrushes. I think I have 3 packs of paintbrushes that I have bought on Amazon periodically. So yeah, they're just standard paintbrushes. So I'm gonna stop talking. The voiceover is going to come in, and let's get started. Okay, so getting right into it, I need to cover my brows. So this is a technique I learned from drag queens. So I just brushed up the hairs, and now I'm spraying water on a glue stick. I do recommend the purple Elmer's glue stick, and I'm brushing it against the hair and brushing it up and laying it flat. So this is a brush that I use specifically for this. That's why it looks like it's covered in glue. And then I go over one more time to lay the hairs flat, this time going with the hair. And now using my face powder, I'm going to stamp this over the brows. I used to color correct them, but this covers them just fine. And I'm going to use a fan brush. Any fan brush will do for this, to brush off the excess powder. When painting with watercolor paints, it's kind of crucial to plan out the look beforehand. This helps to keep the colors true and avoid so many corrections being made. It's harder to layer sometimes with watercolor paint, so just keep that in mind. Right now I'm just mapping out where I want the eye to be, and it took me like 10 minutes to figure that out. I just cut that part out. Now at this point I am taking a kabuki brush, and this is a standard foundation brush, but I'm using it to apply the green paint as the base. This helps it apply without streaks and more evenly. And I'm just applying this all over like I would with foundation. Going back to mapping out the eye, I'm going to do this often, bouncing back and forth between these two things. I'm not sure why. I'm going into the Karity matte palette, one of my favorites, and this line of green is going to be our highlight, mid-tone, and shadow shade. So right now I'm highlighting under the eye with that light green powder, like you would if you were doing regular foundation. This step is important because there is no definition to this eye. This eye doesn't naturally exist, so I'm trying to create definition. With the mid-tone green shade, I am going over the entirety of the face to make it even and to blend in the highlight shade. I'm not sure of this company. I tried looking it up, I can't find it, but it's just a slanted natural hair face brush. And I'm going in to do the contour for this look. This is the dark green shade that's in the Karity matte palette. Going back to my point about defining this eye, so again, this doesn't have a natural socket, so I'm creating one using the contour shade for this look. It being a green face, it's going to be a dark green shadow that you would see. And going back to mapping out this eye again, because I can't decide what I want to do, I'm just going back and forth, but I'm mapping out the iris for this. Now I'm going into a white paint, also from Mehron, and I am painting in the whites of the eye. This is why I mapped out the eye first. This is to help to keep the white true. If there was a color underneath this, it would just mix with the color underneath and create a lighter version of that color, as well as you can clean it up, like you can remove the paint off of the face that would have been there before, but then you run the risk of ruining the rest of the makeup if any of the water drips. So this just helps to keep the paint true to color. So I painted in the eyelid. That's going to be the base shade for the eye look for this, and I'm just lining the entirety of the eye. This is not clean, it's very messily done, but that's fine because this is just the original outline. After we do more shading and more colors and more paint, the line will be cleaned up. Now I'm mapping out the pupil because, again, I keep going back and forth, as well as the highlights that I want in the eye for the same purpose as mapping out the eye in its originality. It's just to keep the white paint true to color. And with the black Mehron paint going in to color the pupil, I just kept it black, but you're creating a monster, so you can change the color if you wanted to. Originally, Iris has a green iris to go with her skin tone. I wanted the eye to stand out more in comparison to the skin, so I went for more of a blue-green color, and I'm going to be doing green highlights in the eye to kind of tie in with the face, but I wanted it to stand out more. And now going in with a white paint to do the highlights, and again, because it was mapped out previously, it shows up much better. And yes, you can go over colors as long as the color underneath is dry. That would help, but white's temperamental. It tends to mix with things, so I like to map that out. I'm going in with green, yellow, and white to highlight the eye and do the iris lines. And this is just going to give dimension and make the eye look more real, or as real as it could, being one eye on my face. Going in with the Karity matte palette and just a pointed blending brush, and I'm adding shadows to the eye to make it look more three-dimensional. So this is just the grays in that palette. Going in with the black to shorten the corners and adding pink and peach to make the well, I guess it would be the inner corner, but it's the inner and outer corner of the eye, or the one eye. With a smaller pointed brush, I am now doing the makeup or the eye look. So I'm just shading both sides. This would be considered a halo eye, but she has one eye, so it wouldn't make sense to only do the outer corner because she has two outer corners. And you can do anything with this look. I kind of just kept it fairly simple with a standard halo eye, but you can go off with this one. And I'm using a body glitter for this look. It's not near my eyes, so it's okay, but this glitter is not eye safe, so if you do use this around your eyes, that is at your own risk. Just keep that in mind. And I'm shading in now with a peach shade from the Karity palette, again to make it look like an inner corner, although they're both outer corners. Then finishing off the lower lash line with the same colors as the eyelid, keeping in mind not to go over too far on the highlighter part, and blending with my face brush so that it looks seamless. And now I'm relining the eye and going in to do the eyelashes. This part gave me the hardest time, like out of the entire look, and you would think it would be something else, but these eyelashes were like the bane of my existence. Just take your time with this. Try not to rush it because it is a pain to fix. And yeah, this was a hard part, especially because the upper lashes were so close to my actual hairline. In hindsight, I should have brought this eye down further, but here we are. So just take your time with it. Try not to get frustrated. Worst case scenario, the hair covers most of it. You could use actual eyelashes, but you would need a ton of those to make a difference. So now I'm going around the iris with a dark blue and a dark green color. This is just to give the iris more dimension, make it stand out from the white. And I'm gonna blend it backwards into the existing blue-green color. I just lay the brush flat and then scratch back and forth along the wet paint so that it blends in with the dry paint. And now I'm adding freckles, and this is again something you want to take your time with because you'll see shortly that I mess up. Do a smaller amount at a time and do them small, and then take your finger and tap over them so that they disperse and it looks more natural, although nothing about this is natural. But if you do mess up, just go up with your foundation brush. Now I'm going to do the lips, and this is the Colourpop Lippie pencil in Alt and the Liveglam Kiss Me lipstick in Leprechaun. You don't need to use these two. Any green lipstick would work. You could also use the paint if you'd like. I just don't love the feeling of paint on my lips, so I tend to use lipstick if I can. So I'm creating a new shape with the lip liner, and this is why I cover my lip line with the paint that I use as the foundation, so that I have free range to create a new lip line. I'm both under and overlining, so I underline on the sides of the lip, overline on the tops and bottom, and then drag the line out and curve it up as seen in her picture. And then I'm contouring double-lobed lips, so that is a line in the center of the bottom, and then there is a dip that comes down in the middle on the top to follow the lines that I have put in place. You cannot see where I've shadowed, but I can, and I'm going to highlight the lip to bring out the shadow that was put in, like so. And I'm just using paint for this, so this is the foundation shade, and I use that to carve out the lip to make it look seamless and to highlight the lip so that you can see the double lobe. And last minute, I just thought to put in some veins into the eye. You can make this really creepy. You can make the eye look irritated if you want, but I wanted to keep it fairly pretty. and I just added some veins in there. This is the same wig that I used for Beast Boy. I wanted to look a little different and pay homage to the fact that she actually has pigtails in her picture, so I just threw in some mini pigtails into this bob, and we are all set. Right, now here is the final look for Miss Iris Clops. It's kind of creepy, but it's cool. Like it's weird, very weird, but it's cool. I did the eye bigger than I originally wanted to, but I was trying to, when you're doing something that involves going over your eyes, it's either you go over the entire thing or you try to miss it. So I went over the entire thing, so the eye had to be much bigger, but other than that, I am not at it. I hope you enjoyed watching me paint, because that's essentially all that this was today. It is now 3:52 a.m. so it is almost 4 in the morning. My energy is low. I am tired. I want this makeup off of my face, but I still need to take pictures. But I hope you enjoyed my recreation of Iris Clops as Cyclops. You would have seen this already. This video is being posted after after this look is posted on Instagram, so you would have seen this already. But I like it. It's cute and weird. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and please like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on the notification bell, and I will see you on the next one. Bye. I see you.
Had this sweet talk.